Hi guys, today I'm doing a video on donating blood, so stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome to the Pioneer Volunteer. As I was saying, today we're going to be doing a video on donating blood. So it's been about 1 year since the first time I ever donated, which this will be the second time today that I will have donated. And actually a couple weeks ago, someone I know was saved by a blood transfusion. So this is something that can happen to you, can happen to me, can happen to anyone. And I do know one other person who was saved by a blood transfusion. So if you have the opportunity to donate, definitely do so. And I'm gonna go through some steps on the whole donation process, and yeah, so I'll go right into them. So the first thing you want to do is find a blood donation location that's near you. If you go onto their website, you should see a list of disqualifications. So maybe if you've traveled to certain different locations, you might not be able to donate blood at this point. You might have to wait like 6 months or something like that. With certain diseases, you are not able to donate. And then also if you've donated too recently, then you will not be able to donate at that point. So those are a couple things to keep in mind. One of the coolest things is that if you do donate, you can save potentially 3 lives. 3 is my favorite number. I was born a third and I'm now 30. So I feel like today is just like a really good day to go and donate. I'm really excited about that, again, for my second time donating. So if you confirm that you are able to donate, then you can go ahead and set up an appointment. And once you get that set up, sometimes they'll reach out to you and just confirm that the appointment is good for you. They'll go over some of the things you want to do ahead of time. So you want to make sure that you're resting a couple days before you donate. You want to make sure that you're drinking enough fluids. Definitely the day of, you want to make sure again that you've gotten enough sleep the night before. The day of, you want to make sure that you're hydrating, trying to take in some extra water, maybe some Gatorade, and you also want to make sure that you have some iron-rich food. So that can be red meat, that can be spinach. There are a number of different things that have high iron in them. And you also want to stay away from fatty type foods or fried foods, at least within the few hours before your donation. And you do want to have a good meal within the few hours before your donation. You want to make sure you have all of your strength. And you also want to make sure that you're dressed comfortably. I'm actually wearing short sleeves. It's easier for them to get to my vein that way. So that's something I definitely recommend if you can do that. Avoid caffeine, avoid alcohol, and avoid smoking that day if you can, or at least right before and right after. Right after, if you smoke, you could potentially pass out. You also could pass out during the donation process, just in general for anyone. So that's just something to think about. I like to have my husband go with me, or at least someone if possible, just because, well, needles do freak me out a little bit, and I do sometimes worry that I could pass out, or just driving home I might feel like a little bit weaker. So I like to have someone at least drive me home, and at least be there for the process with me. So that's always nice. When you do go there, you have to make sure you have your ID. If you don't have an ID, 2 other forms of some sort of identification. And then you're gonna have to go through some paperwork, filling out if you've traveled to different locations, if you what your medical history is, if you're on any medications. And then they'll also go through those things verbally with you. And then they're gonna do a finger prick, which I don't know if it's any particular finger. I had them do the thumb when I did it the last time, and it hurt a teeny bit more than I thought it was going to be, but it doesn't last an eternity. They prick it, they check the hemoglobin level, so that's what carries the iron. So you just have to make sure that you're okay to donate. And then once you go through the process, you will be sitting through, well, you're gonna be sitting on a bed, and then they will go to stick the thing in for your blood to come out. And if you don't want to see that, because I don't like to look when they're taking my blood, they can put a paper towel over that, so that's something that you can mention to them if you don't want to see. And then at least the last time when I did, there was this little pack of blood and then the bigger pack of blood. The first pack is what they use for testing to make sure if there are any diseases or anything going on in there, to make sure that the blood is good. And I believe also to test what type of blood that you have. And then with the rest of the blood, which is 1 pint, and I think the average person has like 11 or 12 pints. So 1 pint, again, it's not as much as it may look like compared to the amount of blood that's in your body. So that's what they will take. And you just kind of want to relax during that period. You can talk to other donors, you could talk to whoever you're with, you could read a book or listen to music, any of those things. And then once you're done, you have to sit, I think it's for a period of like 15 minutes, just to make sure you're okay. You can get some juice, they usually provide a snack, and you just kind of, you know, relax there. They make sure that you're okay, that you're feeling all right, and then you are all right to go home. But again, once you go home, immediately after, don't smoke, avoid alcohol that day, try to replenish your fluids, replenish the iron, have a big dinner after that, or lunch, depending on when you go, and avoid any kind of heavy lifting or exertion. So those are some of the things that you want to think about. And then you can consider the next time when you're going to be donating, and then you might be able to get a donation card. I know my husband got one last time. I didn't, but maybe this time that I will, going to a different place. And you can definitely share it with all your friends. And so again, I'm going to be going today, so I'm hoping that I can get at least some pictures or video from my trip today, and I can share that with you. So otherwise, thank you for joining, and hopefully you will get to donate and share some volunteers.